All right. It's New South Wales Cup Finals time, and this is the Prelim Final. The Warriors taking on the Eels to see who goes through to the Grand Final for 2025. And the highlights today are brought to you by warriorsanonymous.co.nz. Head along and get your streetwear, Warriors Anonymous branded streetwear there, and get it delivered to your door. Men's, women's, kids, got the whole whānau sorted at warriorsanonymous.co.nz. Now, big game coming up for the Warriors as they travelled over to Jubilee Stadium, the home of the St George Illawarra Dragons, as the Warriors looking to bounce back from a loss last week to those Dragons. And this is knockout New South Wales Cup footy now. And the Warriors ran out in their white away uniforms. And great support at the ground too. The Warrior Nation were there they are, beating the drum, making great noise, making a huge atmosphere for our boys. How would they get on as they kick off from right to left on your screen with Parramatta taking the first use of the football? Nice and dry conditions in Sydney. There's a good run early. Big Widemu Greg gets the offload away to Ronald Volkman, a former Warrior. He gets the ball away to Samrani, and Jordan Samrani gets it back to Volkman. Good quick play of the ball here. Parramatta on the surge, but the ball just comes free. It's put down by the number 6, Lorenzo Talataina, promising youngster, making the step up from SG ball footy this year. A few minutes later, the big kick comes up here. No one wants it. Warriors let it bounce. Well, the Eels knock it back straight into the hands of Kalani, going right on the spot there. The New South Wales Cup Player of the Year, and he gets it away to Kalis Fatialofa, breaking free there, the second rower, trying to streak away, but he's taken in a good tackle by Twiddle, the Parramatta Eels fullback. The Warriors swing on to attack though. A couple of minutes later, here's Tain Tuopiki, the little dummy, and he just wriggles his way over off the back of that little breakout. Warriors strike first here in the prelim final. Aren't they happy about that? The WA replay will show it. Just a little bit of a dummy there. On the outside of his shoulder was Eddie Yeremia Toyava, and the two defenders bought the dummy. Didn't look after the danger mouse, Tain Tuopiki. And a few minutes later, the Warriors would come knocking again up this end of the field as it's played back to Sam Healy. Back into the lineup today, of course, but the NRL team eliminated last week. So the Warriors get some players in there. They come left to another one, Tanner Boyd, and he gives the ball off to Moala Grant Dalfa, who edges in front of the try-scoring battle for 2025 between the Warriors. This hot competition between he, Fatialofa, and Ed Kossi. And this just puts his nose in front as the Warriors get their second try. We'll see it on the replay again. They came across to Tanner Boyd, and he took it to the line. Nice little short ball there. Pour yourself another MGT. He knows his way to the try line. Beautifully taken. Got a similar try against the Dragons last week of a similar angle. But hopefully this week they can get a better result. The kick would go through. The Warriors, they have gotten off to a good start here. 10 points to 0. Now the kick coming from Volkman again off the right boot. Comes across to Kossi. Gives it away to Tuopiki. What's he going to do? He's going to have a go here. And he breaks through. Nearly loses his shorts. Just gets ankle tapped. Brought down at the 40-metre line. And the Eels are going to hang on here. Here's another addition to the team. Ali Leatawa. Wonderful guy to bring into the side. Plenty of injuries in 2025. So he is a good addition. And Tom Allet rumbling it up off the bench in number 14 today, as the Warriors look to try and extend their lead here. Going, gives it off to Boyd. And Boyd gives it off a good little run. Just keeps pumping the legs. Eddie Yeremia Toyava, working his way towards the line. He'll play it back to Healy. Going, finding Ale. And Tom Ale just settles things right near the uprights. They come left again. Boyd. Hanson. And he gives the short ball again. Pour yourself another. MGT, while a Grant Dalfa goes in. The Warriors absolutely flying here in the first quarter. That extend out to a 16 points to 0 lead here. Off it came to Hanson. He just held it up. Puff, puff, give. As we saw earlier in the year, Grant Dolpher gets a second try in this match. We'll see it again. There it is. Just drew the defender, Luke Hansen. Well played from him. More attack coming up here as well, as Boyd puts it on the inside to Going. Kalani Going. Just doing one of his trademark little runs there. He's a tricky customer. Here's the skipper. Bit of a slow play of the ball as it comes back to Healy. Boyd. They get 6 more tackles here as Tanner Boyd has a go. A little scurry for the Warriors halfback and the number 18 jumper. They come for Healy. Cross. Hansen back inside again. Yeremia Toiava. Can they get some more points from the sustained pressure? Going gives the short ball to Ale. Tries to bump away from one. And gets to his feet now. The ball comes free here though. And it's well picked up. Look at this. Ronald Volkman. He had a wonderful game last week against the Canberra Raiders in knockout footy. Got himself a hat-trick. And that's a big play, as it switches the momentum and sends the Eels onto the attack. Here's Talataina, gets it back to that man Volkman again. And they come right this time out to the extremities. This is the second rower, Funa Iota, and they come out to Sam Rani off the next play. And he's brought down about 8 metres from the line. What's the stop and go here? Talataina, numbers on the outside, it just goes straight, but it's well cleaned up by Nanva, and he gets it out to his winger. And that winger there is Bo Newlands. Sounds more like a quarterback name, but it's a well-taken try in the end by the Parramatta Eels. Love the stop and go from Volkman. Pass there, not quite going to hand, but beautifully cleaned up. Nanva did a good job. Set it up on the silver platter. The winger just too big and too strong in that situation. Parramatta a couple of minutes later, here they come again. Volkman shaking free and gets to his feet. Quick play at the ball. And the scoop, here they go. Sam Roney gets it out to Jake Tungle. And the winger takes on Tuopiki, bounces over him, and over he goes. Jake Tungle, brother of Isaac Tungle from the Penrith Panthers in the NRL. We'll see it here on the replay. They came from Samrani, gave him some space. He just took on Little Taint one-on-one, bumped over him. Not easy to do there. Good strength from the winger. And all of a sudden it's 16 points to 8, a couple of minutes before half time. What can the Warriors do here? They put a kick up for Setu 2 to chase through, and he gets to it, but can't quite bring in the ball. They'll give a 7 tackle set over to Parramatta, and they'll push upfield. What can they do? They'll send it nice and high. Kossi comes up, knocks it forward, bounces up into the hands of Volkman. Just about gets away. We go away from the referee and just about got a try there. The referee calls a knock on both ways. So Parramatta, they'll get another bite at it. Couple of minutes later here, a little bit of a differential on the game clock to the actual time of the game. So don't be fooled on that. As Joey Lussick, Freddie's brother, he goes over from dummy half, but he is held up there, held up short of the line. The Panthers will keep coming and will force another turnover as well. This is the last play right before the break. What can they do? Volkman scheming. Out it comes. Nanva. He knows how to get a try. Chucks in the Hail Mary back inside. It gets put down there by Ryder Talangi. Warriors hang on. They're under some extreme pressure at the end of this half. They come out of it with a 16 points to 8 lead as they head into the second. Now Parramatta, what can they get going? Nice and early in the second stanza. Nice little offload there to Lussick. He finds his runner, Kia. Volkman, out it comes. Talataina. Ball bounced into the arm there. It looked like it bounced into the arm of Moala Grant Dalfa. Warriors calling for it. And the Warrior Nation in the stands, they were absolutely pleading to the referee. He didn't spot it. And they'll keep coming here through Dan Kia, the captain. To Parramatta. Nice ball to Talangi. And Ryder Talangi, the brother of Blaze Talangi, slightly different physique, but he'll play it back. And here goes Lussick again. And this time, Joey Lussick finds the grass and gets it down for a crucial try. Here he comes, right in front of the sticks. just took on Tuopiki one-on-one. Burrowed in there, used his strength, and here was the knock on again. Yeah, the Warriors fans probably slightly aggrieved on that one, to be fair. And Parramatta, they are within 2 points now with more ball coming as well. Volkman, he's going to send it skyward. Kossi at the back. He catches it. Bodies flying all over in the background there. Kossi, though, doesn't get to his feet properly to play this one. And he's called for the knock-on, or the incorrect play of the ball. More ball coming up here for Para. Here they come. What can they show with some attack? As they centre play. And Lussick just running the show as it comes out to Volkman. Talataina looking for runners. He's got one here, Samrani. Looking for the offload, and the ball has come free there. He knew it. The Warriors survive. Para were very close to taking the lead in this one. What can the Warriors do to answer back here? They get a little bit of ball and start to move their way back up into Eels territory. Sam Healy, the ringmaster, he has a go. Breaks free. Taking a good tackle there by Talangi over the top, and he'll get to his feet to play it now. Tafua jumping in from the bench. And across they come left. Hansen, this time he goes on the outside. And Ed Kossi made a mistake a few minutes earlier. But the fans are absolutely loving that one as he runs in and finishes this one beautifully. We'll see it on the WA replay. Came from Boyd to Hansen. It was a different puff give this time. Out it came to the winger. Beautiful play from Hansen and well finished off from Kossi, and a good run here. On the next set, this is Jason Salalilo. Warriors trying to get on a bit of a roll here. They give it off to Tuopiki over the halfway line. They follow it up with more small ball. Here we go, Tanner Boyd. It's the little fellas. Gaining a lot of meters around the middle here. As Healy comes to the left this time. Tries to put in the kick, but it gets thwarted there by Lussick. Not a great option there. And here's a few minutes later as the Warriors might get away from a little short ball there. A little bit forward. Stowers Smith will play it. Cross from going. Here's Boyd. Short ball to Eddie Yetamir Toiava. Hands and knees, but the referee says no. Double movement. Bit of a sore point for Warriors fans in recent weeks. An interesting call there. Eddie Yetamir Toiava, can't believe it. We'll see it on the WA replay as he just tried to get over and tried the army crawl. Interesting. Would love to have seen another angle of that one. A Para, they hang on. Talataina. Danger Man gets it out to Tungle. Warriors wary of his strong running out there on the right-hand flank. There's Volkman now. Comes back inside. Talataina again. Ball comes free. But look who's there. Cleaning up. Tanner Stowers Smith. Wonderful effort. Plays it back. A little play of the ball mishap there as Tuopiki goes out of dummy half. Great run from him. Saw the defence coming through. And this is a back and forward encounter. With Sam Healy stealing the ball. Away from Sam Rani there. Kalani going was the tackler. Just peeled off. And Stowers Smith follows it up with a bumping run. What can the Warriors get going here? 8-point ball game into the final quarter. Yetamir Toiava gets the offload away. Healy sliding out to the left. What's he going to do? Throwing dummies. Shrugging away from defenders. Sam Healy still going. He ran about 4 kilometres there on that piece of play and gained about 3 metres. He gets up to play it now. He's fatigued, no wonder. As Bunty comes in. Adds his 2 cents. Warriors here. Knowing it's coming into the crucial period of the game as they come right to Tuopiki. Slingshot play and out to Setu too. Shrugs away from his winger. And slams the ball down. Big play here from the Waz. Gets the pat down. Not sure if that's what happened at Customs yesterday or not, but he'll take the try for sure. Tuopiki with the little show and go. Went for it all. The cutout pass. And 2 Looked like they might have been able to drag him into touch there, but he just shrugged free from the tackler. Here it was again. Just shrugged away from his winger. And over he goes. Happy days. Parramatta now suddenly trailing by 12. What can they get going? Te Hurunui Twairo. They call him Upper. He's dragged down just short of the line. The little kick comes through here. Talataina streaming through. But he loses the ball. He won the race to get there and just couldn't put it down. And the Warriors will get a 7-tackle set as they rumble upfield with Bunty. The bench nervously looking on here. They're up by 12 now. As Boyd comes across, Tuopiki gives it away to Ali Leatawa. And Ali, boom my in he goes in the corner. Oh, we have missed that for quite some time. What a try from Leatawa. It's such a crucial part of the game. There we go. The drum is beating. The crowd is up and about. We'll see it on the replay again as it came across from Boyd to Tuopiki. And then just one-on-one. Leatawa took his man on. He knew he was too good. Too easy in the end. Now the next set. The Warriors coming upfield off the short kickoff. Tanner Smith having a heck of a game out there. In New South Wales Cup as Tanner Boyd tries to shrug free from his opposite number. Even though Boyd's wearing 18, it was halfback on halfback. Good battle between those two in this contest. Here comes Smith, gets the offload away to Tuopiki. And Tane Tuopiki shrugs away from a few defenders. They eventually drag him down. Does Funa Iota. They come right this time. Out it comes to Leatawa and Setu 2. Takes flight in the corner. And in he goes. He keeps his feet off the turf. You'll see it on the replay. As he comes across, he gets airborne. The feet are up. And over he goes in the corner there. Setu 2. What a job he has done on the right wing. And this kick is pretty as a picture from Tanner Boyd. Wasn't an easy day for kicking for him. But he extends the lead 36-14 as Jet Cleary enters the chat. And here he'll come with a little play as well. Dummy. Trying to shrug away from a couple of big forwards. Tiring forwards. Played back for Healy. Comes left. Back inside for Hansen. The dummy. And over he goes here. Luke Hansen. Warriors now. They know they are headed to the big dance next week. It was good quick play of the ball from Cleary. And they came back on the inside. Just options here. It's like trying to call through to your service provider. So many options and you just give up in the end. That's what the defence essentially did. Got bamboozled by it all. And this is the final play. Jet Cleary. He will get the final say in this one. Runs it into touch. The Warriors fans, they are loving it. They get to go on for another week. They'll be back at Combank Stadium next week in Parramatta as the Warriors take on the St George Illawarra Dragons in the New South Wales Cup Grand Final. This will be the second, or at least the third New South Wales Cup Final in the Warriors' history. And the boys happy with that. It's been a successful trip as they bounce back after last week's shock loss. Let's see what happens next week. Can they go one better? The minor premiers. Can they make it premiers for 2025? We'll have to see because that's coming up next Sunday. Live from Combank Stadium. The live stream is on Bar TV Sports. The timing's still TBC on that one. But if you're in Sydney, get along with that because the Warrior Nation are going to be there. The drum will be beating and the atmosphere is going to be on. Until then, oh boy, up the wires. Go the Warriors!